Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Agri Precision YouTube channel, and you might be wondering why the hell is there a VFC AK74 on the bench? Well, and we've got a certain gentleman in Germany to thank for this one, but I have purchased a kit for it because I'm leaving my 74U as it is. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with this one. When I got it off the person I bought it from, there was also an M4 stock tube fitment included with it, which I'm probably going to need for this thing, but VFC do a kit. Tactical Extendon handguard and dust cover set 10-inch. So this is sort of a modern kit for this rifle. And as you can see here, you don't get much in the box. This thing was actually quite expensive. I think it was a few £100. But we get a front rail set up, we get a railed dust cover, and you can buy, they do like the M4 stock tube adapters, but I've already got one because one came with it. There are no instructions with this set, so we're going to have to absolutely wing it, but we're going to be converting this today. So the dust cover is going to be very simple to do. That isn't going to be the hard part. We can pull the bolt assembly out. The main thing is going to be the handguard, the gas tube, which should be pretty simple. I think we can just lever that up here. We can remove the top part of the handguard, or we should be able to, like so. We can also pull that tab. That is the loosest tab on an AK handguard I have ever seen. Damn. Right, we can pull that out. We might have to pull the cleaning rod out. If I can get it out, I'll have to take the flash hider off. One thing after another. So let's pull the flash hider off. Sorry if this is out of frame. It's quite a long rifle. Pull the flash hider off. Can pull this cleaning rod off. And then we should be able to move that forward. Move the handguard forward. That came off pretty damn easy. And that's the front of the AK stripped down. So we've got quite a few pieces here. Let's take a look. We've got some CNC machine brackets, which I'm guessing this is all for the handguard. We have the M-lock handguard. We have a bunch of screws, none of which we know where they go because we don't get anything showing us how to fit this. So we might have to look at some pictures. But that section is going to go into the receiver there. With that fitted, do we need to take this off? Not too sure. The handguard is going to be fitted on. Maybe we can leave that part on because there seems to be like a gap for it. So that will slide over there. That will go back where it was. So we can leave that part in. Then the top piece can go in. So is it just fixed from there? There is another bracket, isn't there? So there's this bracket, which looks like it goes on the back here. Does that mean we lose the rear sight? And then we've got another bracket here. Does that go in there? Really not too sure. I am not too sure at all. So what I'm going to do, because I'm on my phone at the moment, I'm just going to take a look at some reference pictures, try and figure it out, and then we'll get to fitting this kit. Would be nice if they put something in the box, wouldn't it? Right, I can't find any information online or anything to do with this as to how this is meant to pop together, but I suppose we're just going to have to wing it. So I'm going to have to categorise all these different fixings to see what makes sense of where it goes. So I've got two long ones of those, got four of those, got four of those cap heads, four of the little ones, a pin which I think is for the top cover, and then two of these little flathead screws. So I think the way that we're meant to do it is this part will go on, this part comes in like that. That'll probably be what the cap heads are for because they're big enough to hold it. So there's the cap heads. Those two in there look to me like it's those two. The four here look like they're the right thread for that, which yes they are, which means the four here are for this. Now I think, I'm not sure if this goes a specific way. It does have a ledge cut out, so I imagine that will go in there like that and strap to the barrel. We'll put 2 screws in there, and then those screws go into that plate. So I think that's the way it is. If it's not, we'll find out together for sure. So we can whack this plate in. This bracket is a nice tight fit, which means it's not going to rattle loose. So we've got this piece here. We need to slide this on. Just slide it up like that. They do this rail in different sizes as well. So we need to get that into a position where we can rotate that round. That's very loose, but oh well. We can take this bracket piece. I'm still not sure which way this is meant to go around, but I suppose we'll have to wing it. I don't like the fact that that's not like, there's nothing stopping you doing that on the piss, but I suppose what we could do, would it be easier, take this out, fit that to this section first, and then we might be able to bring it down and then screw it in. So maybe we do it like that. So take these 4 bolts. If I'm wrong, we can always reverse and try again. But I couldn't find any clear pictures, no videos, so this might be the first. So we'll put this on here. But yeah, Fabi in the Discord is the one who made me, well, put me onto buying this. He was sending me links and going, you should buy this. And then I was buying some bits from BZ. They had this in stock, and I was like, well, it's an expensive kit. It's not cheap by any means, but why don't we give it a go, see if we like it. If we don't, we don't. So handguard goes on there. We can loosely put these cap head screws into the handguard. And hopefully we can get it all situated in place where we need it. Screw all these bolts in tightly, and then we should be good to go. So this is both thinning the handguard out, giving us a load of M-lock, so we can put our accessories on there, because people will run torches and grips and stuff. So we'll whack these in. I did stock the AK Hogue grips, which I would have liked to have put on this, but we sold out on the website before I could put one aside, which isn't the end of the world. I don't like the fact that that's really loose. Can we slide this on? Are we going to be able to do that? I don't think we are. We might have to loosen this and pull it forward and then push it in. So we're going to have to do that slightly differently. Bear with me. It's probably a 2.5. Nope. It's a 3mm. So we'll whack these back out. It's always the way when you're figuring it out for the first time. Loosen these off. Undo what we just did. There are probably people out there that would edit this down, make themselves look good like they've aced it the first time. I don't see the point in that. It's like a puzzle. We're trying to figure it out together. You're going to loose. Oh, there we go. So, is it just a screw? Because if it is just a screw, we'll make our life easier. So we pop that screw out. Can't see anything else holding it on. I can feel it wiggling. Should we try tapping it? That does not want to move at all. I can wiggle it side to side, but that's about it. So we might be a bit stuck. Right, I'll have a quick look at this off camera, see if I can figure out a way to move this. If not, then we'll have to rethink the plan. Right, we're winging it, so I'm tapping the pin out of the rear part, hoping this will move. So I'm hoping I can move it back slightly, because I can't move this. The only thing that I don't know whether they would press these in. That looks like the only part that's sort of pushed in to that piece. I can't get it to move. I have been able to move this back slightly, so maybe, just maybe, we now might be able to, yeah, there we go. Push that in there like that. So all I did is I took the screw out here, punched the pin out, moved this back a little bit, and then that just popped in. So now I'm going to tap it forward so it lines up. Like that. We've got the tiniest little countersunk screw, which we can put back in there. Doesn't go in very far. Take the split pin that we pulled out of here. So we're just going to line that back up and hit it back in. Like that, and that's on. Oh, we're going to be able to get the other bits on now. So that bracket goes on. Handguard. Oh, we're not going to be able to get that on now because of that. Oh my god, this is such a frustrating kit. The thing is, I can't do anything with that where it's meant to be, unless you're just meant to force it into place, but I don't think there's enough room there. Oh, maybe we are just meant to force it. Hopefully that doesn't damage that piece. I don't think it will. Right then, I was trying to be delicate. Now we're just going to absolutely Rochambeau it. So that can go on there. Line that back up. Will it go back in the same way it came out? That's not going to line up with the handguard now. Great. So we'll loosen those off. There's probably someone who knows how to fit this kit that's screaming at the video right now, but I just don't know. Let's pull these screws out. Get that off. Remove that bracket. Drop the bracket into the handguard first. Get rid of those screws. We'll get this back in, hopefully. Like that. Wicked. You have to line up the bracket. We'll loosely put these screws back in. Sorry if it's off camera. I used to think the SAG kit that I fitted to the Marui AKM was annoying. Oh, this takes the biscuit, I think. So I'll loosely lock those in. Cap head screws. 4 of those. Put those in loosely. Hopefully when we've got this fitted, we won't have to take it apart again. Loosely put these on so they're not rattling around. So those are loosely in. We've got our 2 long bolts now, which I imagine are going to go in here for that barrel bracket. So those are nipped down. So that's that fitted. There's nothing really holding the front of the handguard together, so we'll tighten those ones up. Tighten the handguard ones up. least I got it right where all the screws go. Get these ones up like that. There's quite a bit of gap. I think it looks like the gap's bigger at the front, so it's like it's slightly on an up tilt. But that's on. Right, let's get the. Does this need to go back in? Will it situate itself? Never been a fan of the. No, it's not going to go in. That's fine. We can leave that out. I'm actually not bothered about that. Put the flash hider back on. There we go. So we need to get the rear sight out, which has got a very hefty spring in. So, oh, that went well, didn't it? Just snapped the screwdriver. That's how strong that spring is. It is going to be a bit of a task getting that out. I'm sure there's a special way to do it, but I have no idea what it is. That's very, very strong. Maybe if I pull back on it and I just tap it with a hammer. No. Does not want to move. Can't really think of a way of doing this without forcing it. Maybe I can push the spring down through the side like that. Really does not want to move. Right, got that out. So I had to angle it up, tap it with a hammer, and it popped out. I'm not an AK guy by any means, but finally got it loose. I'm not sure if we need to leave the leaf spring in. This is going to go in its place, so I imagine we need to remove that spring. Otherwise it's going to be impossible. Can we remove it? Usually they just pull out. There is no way we are going to have to push that down and fit that in. That is not going to work. No way. There we go. Leaf springs out. Jesus Christ. Have they just made this so well that it's just incredibly well built? Or is it just everything's tighter than it should be? So we can now put that in there. So it only gave us one pin. Gave us one pin, which I imagine secures the dust cover in. But it does have a cutout on that piece, like something would go in through here to hold it in place. But I don't see anything, and that ain't going to go on there. That would make no sense. Let's pull the top cover out. Surely they don't want us to use those screws because those can't reach. Right. I had to bend this latch in a little bit because it was really loose. But we can slide these screws in. Just hold this piece on. Need a 2.5, I think. Screw this down. So far all the screws line up pretty good with good threads. The screws seem of decent quality, so we can quite easily whack all these in here and tighten them down. We'll go crisscross, crisscross. 3 and 4. So that piece is in. Our bolt can go back in. Recoil spring assembly. Again, apologies if any of this has been out of frame. I've really just been racking my brains with it. That goes in the top there. We want the new cover, which will go on here like so. And hopefully we can line it up. Lock that in at the back. Got space there for a pin. Should maybe have tapped this pin in first. So we'll line this up with the hole. I want to get that most of the way in, like that. That's captured on the other side. We can lock. The dust cover does scratch the receiver. It's a little bit tight, and then the button doesn't want to come out, so we just rack it, and that will pop that out there. Then we can tap this pin in the rest of the way. Just use this for now. Tight bit of knurling on that pin, at least you know it's not going to come out. There we go, we've got our front end on, we've got the top cover on. The top cover sits really nice and tight and rigid. The gas tube does point upwards at the front, which is a shame, but it is what it is. The only thing I didn't find any use for was these flathead screws. So I've no idea what they're for. Maybe there's something important, maybe they're not. There's no more holes to be filled, everything has a screw in it. So what I'll have to do is we'll put them in the box, and hopefully some of you that are watching this can tell me where they go, and we'll put them in there. So mainly this was just for me to get this fitted in to show you, see what it looks like. Now that handguard piece is extremely loose, so I'm going to have to come up with something to stop that rattling. The handguard itself is really slimline, it's very comfortable, to be honest with you. It's much more comfortable to hold than the original handguard, but railed top cover up there, a gas tube up there. We'll give it a quick shoot, give it a quick function check, shall we? Let's see if we can lock this magazine so we can dry fire it. There we go. So we should be able to dry fire this now. So we're in semi. These guns really do have a really nice recoil. Run out of gas there, but you get the point. The thing works. I can't see or hear anything that's really binding up, so that's good. We can take this switch back off like that, and the only thing left to do will be to put the stock on there. In fact, let me go grab that, because that'd be a bit cheating if I didn't end up fitting it. So I'll grab the stock tube and we'll quickly whack a stock on it. Here we have it. When I bought the gun, this came with it. This hopefully be a lot easier of a fitment than the handguard. So we've just got a stock tube on there. I'm going to have to probably pull the top cover up to get at it and tap that pin out. Slightly annoying now, but shouldn't be too much drama. It's part of the reason when we move into a new workbench, it's going to be much more tidy. So we can pull that rear pin out like that, pull the stock off, take the stock tube, push that in Well, that just pressed in with my fingers. That is wobbly as hell. Oh, I see. I've done it wrong. Don't panic, I've done it wrong. I think when you fit this stock tube, it doesn't fold anymore, which is fine. So we need to pull that back out. Weird how it's now stuck. I just pressed it in with my hands. Oh. Clumsy now. So now what we do, we actually slide the back in first like that. Do it properly. Now we can, well, the pin still goes in really easy. I'm going to have to shim that out because that is wobbling. We can put the top dust cover on, give it a smack. Now we've got an M4 stock adapter. I don't know if there's actually a way, maybe we can adjust it. So I'll flip this round so you can see what I'm doing. Pull the screw out, 1.5, was it? Remove or loosen up the grub screw. Spin the stock tube out. It looks like there's a couple of grub screws in there. So we've got like little holes. So let me try that, because if that is the case, that is genius. Yep. So you put the bracket on, and then you've got two grub screws which use a 3mm Allen key, and you basically tighten them up, and this locks this together. Genius. Throw the stock tube on there. With the stock tube on, we can go down with the grub screw to basically stop that from turning against itself. I'll tighten that up with a castle nut wrench. I'm just going to throw this stock on there for now because it's what I've got. Now this is a real Magpul stock. I can't remember what Magpul stock this is. There we go. I actually don't hate that stock on this. So there it is. The real stocks are wobbly as hell. So I'm not sure what spec the VFC stock tubes are, but I'm going to have to find something better because that is not good enough. But there's a stock tube on there. There is a magazine. And there you go. Upgraded, modernised, if you like it or you don't. This is definitely a video I'm going to have to give to Netsy to edit it down because I have done a lot of fumbling on this one. But hopefully someone can use it and fit their kit and, you know, hopefully have an easier time than I did. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We were only one screwdriver down. I managed to snap that off being a dumbass, but sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So appreciate you all for sticking around if you have done. If you're fitting one of these kits, once it's on there, it actually feels really good. It's giving me like AK-12 vibes, but sort of better AK-12 vibes. It's obviously not, but yeah, we could put all our accessories on there now. So thank you for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed the video. If it has helped you, put it down in the comments below. If you know what those two screws are for, put it down in the comments below because I want to know. I have no idea where they go. And as always, Jaeger Precision Discord, the link will be down in the description below. And from me and Bench, we'll be seeing you in the next one.